Hey, it's the Chief Bonnie with board games and RPGs. We're coming back in with the breaking information that we got from Dot on Dr. Clovis Edivane. Dr. Clovis Edivane, who all we know is he works on he's a lead scientist in like the Android line at the Wallace Corporation. Now that triggered something in me. So first, I'll put it up on the screen. I have the Matrix, the Mystery Matrix. I've gone ahead and put Dr. Clovis in on number 5 as the suspects. It doesn't matter where you throw the names on the sheet. And I've attached him to the video of the abused kid. He's got some involvement with that somehow. I don't think it's like him personally, but we got to figure it out. But that triggered in the memory because looking at the sheet, I have a clue, the box with the propaganda. So we got the DNA back on the box, which led to Dot and Tyson Finn. But the box itself, Joan had gotten information back that it was serial numbered just to the Wallace Corporation. I actually had that on my list of the scene setup. Again, the Mystery Matrix is found in the Mythic system. They have a series of like zines, but they've been compiled into a book, compilation number 1. So that's where I've gotten the Mystery Matrix info. Again, you can see the photo in the book, link in the description. But I'm also using the scene summary sheet that comes from the regular Mythic system. And in that, which is, it's here to remind me because I will forget, the scene setup has that there's an optional scene that I need to do that is, or could do, get with Wallace Corp on container. So boom, now we're tracking back in because we had Vengeance, a path, and we came out with a contrarian Dr. Clovis who was involved per Dot. Now, can you take Dot at a word? Probably not, but Dot's motivation is clear and long-standing, and Hack knows that part is true. Everything else, who knows? But this is going to trigger a call to Joan because Joan's the one that ran the serial number on this like utility box that held the propaganda, and it tracked back to Wallace Corp, which just seemed weird. But Mythic's all about, now it seems to make sense. So I called Joan. Those of you that don't remember, Joan is a lab tech, CSI, crime scene investigator. And we have a connection that goes back to her being on the job. Her father was a shady character. I'd actually put him in, meaning Hack, put him in, and he did time, but it straightened his life out. And I treated him forthrightly and assisted him kind of once he got out and became friends with Joan. And then much to Joan's father's dismay, she wanted to join the police department and I helped her get on. So we have that connection. Hack is all about connections and he's been on the job for a long time. Now I'm curious. Anything with the Wallace Corporation... Would I want to go to her in person? Or would I do it over like a vid link? What would be the chances of something like that being hacked by the Wallace Corporation? I'm going to, she's going to be doing some research anyway. But I do think what I will do is back channel. I'm going to call her on like what would be her personal cell phone. I don't know. We got to assume there's something of that. I know there's these little tech things, but I'm not going to go through official channels, which I do believe could be monitored. I'm going to back channel this and call Joan on her phone, which she automatically is like, she answers, Hack, what are you doing? He says, just hold on. This is some more detailed stuff on the Wallace Corp. I'm going to be running up there to check the serial number on the box. What's the big deal, Hack? I mean, it tracked back no problem. Well, I've got some more information passively. I don't want you doing an input of the name, but I want you to just pull up what's already in our files under general cases for Dr. Clovis Edivane. He works at the Wallace Corp. Again, no deep dives. I don't want to trigger off anything in the system. Just stay internal, but see if you can pull anything up right now, just kind of passively. Where's he at in our system? So I'm imagining the system is like most law enforcement systems. They've got an internal one. It's backed up. It's kept offline, so it can't be hacked. There's all kinds of legal reasons and informational reasons that you want to keep these things off the line and backed up properly. Probably multiple backups. But when you go into this, you can look up simple things like run doctor and the letter C, and you'll just get a huge list of everything that's in the system on that. And then you can kind of look almost surreptitiously. Now, it's tracked internally, but I don't think it would be sending out, like, again, like internet, dings, bings, you're being searched on Google or whatever Blade Runner would have. So she looks up Dr. Clovis, and I'm curious. I think there's going to be some reports in the police file that come back to him. So we'll see what this could be, and will it help? We have 14 abandoned. Okay. Abandoned. So this is information on Clovis in particular, just showing up in reports. 83. Abandoned riches. I know what this is right off the bat. Completely unrelated to Wallace Corp. She says, hey, he had some problems with an ex-spouse. And according to this, she made several reports on him. They were in some kind of long embattled process of separation, and she made out like a bandit. Wow. All right, so that is good. So this is interesting. So he works for was he working for, that's a good question. Was he working for the Wallace Corporation when that happened? Yes or no? I almost find this unlikely. So again, I'm using the Mythic emulator, yes, no's. I think it's probably actually very unlikely. I think it probably led them to him. I want to say he was probably independent, because how else would she clean him out? If he's at the Wallace Corporation, they're just going to keep funding him, no big deal. But if he somehow it affected him financially, this divorce or separation, but we don't know. I think it's probably very unlikely that he was working for Wallace, but we're going to do 25 or less would mean that he was. I got a 74, so 25 or less would have been a yes. This is a no. It's not a definitive no, but it's a no. So he was not working for the Wallace Corporation. I think he was working for, we'll go to Maze Rats. What are we going to have? I think under like, what would he have been working for? I think his corporation, I was going to see if there was a name in there, but why wouldn't his name be, would he go by Clovis? Hold on.
The culture is distinguished by heavy leaf-shaped stone spearheads known as Clovis points. Do you want to hear the next?
Got it. And I knew Clovis was familiar. Clovis was the spear points, the spearheads that were made, these ancient, oh, this is perfect. So he's going to call, literally, so like the tip of the spear is coming in, so he's going to use Clovis as first name. And it was early tech that really rose that group ahead. So it would be Clovis, and he's doing Android work. Clovis, so a combination of like that positronic. Clovistronic? That doesn't. Clovis. What if it's Clovetronic? Ooh, I like that. That's it. Hello, through the pencil. I got so happy I threw the pencil. Clovetronic. So Clove, C-L-O-V, Tronic. But this is an amalgamation of Clovis, his first name, the idea of that spear tip point, Clovis, and positronic, Clovetronic. That's it. Gosh, I like that. That is good. So he had a company called Clovetronic Hack. Basically, he had to sell it off, no longer worked for himself or as an independent contractor, and that's when he got the job offer to go work for the Wallace Corporation. So, Clovetronic. And Hack, I don't see anything on him after that. It's as if he came under obviously the umbrella of the Wallace Corporation, which is, even now becoming one of the more powerful or one of the most powerful companies around. And Hack's like, got it. So Hack can see there's some type of, there's at least a motivation there. Wallace Corporation, at the very least, saved him. At the very worst, may have even caused his problems in the first place. But who in the heck knows about that? Could have just been opportunism. So he says, Joan, do me a favor. Go a little bit deeper dive on that serial number. See if, back channel if you have to. Ooh, what do you get with Timo? Yeah. Heck said he's not going to put Joan in any danger at all. This is more of a hacking thing. Joan got it sorted to Wallace Corp. Got it, Joan. Thanks. Don't look into this any further. Don't put that name in. Blank it out. Clear it out. Stay clear. She says, no problem, Hack. I stay clear of your stuff as much as possible. Hold on. No problem, Hack. I don't want to stay off the radar. That's good. He is going to get with Timo, however, and I think he's going to ring Timo up, and he's going to send him an encrypted packet. That's what he is. He's going to hit Timo. Timo answers. First of all, Timo thinks he's just calling to say, hey, have you found out anything additional on who hacked my spinner? I think it's unlikely he's gotten anything back. It's only been a day. So let's go with very unlikely, but maybe 30. So close, but not quite. So Timo answers like, Hack, I ain't got nothing yet. My folks haven't got back with me. But is there something else I can do for you? Timo is like the lead mechanic of all the spinners, and Hack's got this long-standing connection with him. He says, yeah, Timo, that's great. Please do let me know if you find something else. Obviously, my life might depend on it, T, but let me send you a packet. Simple trace, but you'll see it has some prickly points to it. And Timo's like, back channel? He's like, oh, back channel. Don't let it track back to you. Again, secure packet is en route. So what is he going to do now? I think I think Hack's parked, and he's going to just search the general web for any kind of articles, just passive again, on either Clovetronic or, let's do Clovetronic first. Great place to start, and some information on the spouse. If you want to learn something about the man or the woman, vice versa, sometimes it's best to go to that disgruntled spouse. So, first, let me get a woman's name under characters. We're going to go to characters. We are going to go to, do we have names? I've got physical details. Again, maze rats, there we go. We've got female names. I just need a first name, and I need 6-sided dice. The first one is 4 and 6. So column 4, number 6, Orchid. Ooh, that's nice. So it would have been Orchid Edivane. Wow. Orchid Edivane. So, wife of the doctor. Now, Orchid sounds very nice, but what's her personality type? Let's go to personalities first. Again, we're on six-sided die. I kind of like these 6 and 5. 6 and 5. Ooh, suspicious. Perfect. So she's going to be very suspicious when I start to deal with her, and I'm going to go deal with her first while Timo does some back channel stuff with the packet, which basically the packet includes Clovis Edivane's name, the Wallace Corp, and it includes that box crate number. I have a feeling, just because there are no coincidences, I think that box is going to relate somehow back to Clovis at the Wallace Corp. But we'll see. That's not a guarantee. So we've got that she is suspicious. I want to know her appearance right now. What is her appearance? She's been away from Clovis for a while. 5'4", 5'4". Well, solid. So appearance is solid. Now, I think in this fantasy book, Maze Racks, Maze Racks. Yeah, that's what I needed on there. Maze Rats. I think by solid, I think it just means that she's, are we talking personality? It says appearance. I think she is extremely fit. Do they have fit on here anywhere? No, they don't. So solid, athletically, very fit. So we're going to have that. What else are we looking at? We have physical details. Now, again, this is fantasy kind of medieval, so we get into some interesting things that may or may not work, but let's just go with it. 5'4". 5'4", pale-skinned. That worked. Okay, pale-skinned. All right, and I'm picturing pale-skinned with like jet black hair. Jet black hair, really standing out, and like dark brown eyes as well. So with that pale skin, that jet black hair, and these dark brown eyes, it really gives this striking appearance. She's extremely fit. We know she is suspicious. And I want to give a secret that Hack wouldn't know, but it's going to help me figure out how to play her because she's suspicious. Why? What's she suspicious of? Let's go for a secret that she's holding. 4-4. 4-4. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have, well, it has mind controlled. That doesn't make any sense, though. Now, one of the rules is if you get something and it makes no sense, you can just jettison it. I don't want her to go with mind controlled. What would it be? Right below there is a misfortune, and it's highlighted, which means it should be somewhere else within the book that you can roll on a certain, ooh, yes, under characters. Let's do this. So when something's bolded and Maze Rats, that means that thing's going to send you to another chart. We're going to do that. We're going under misfortunes. So she's suspicious. What is she suspicious of? What's the misfortune here? 5-3. 5-3 is overworked. And she's overworked. Interesting. Okay. Suspicious and overworked. Good enough. Maze Rats description and link below. Again, I'm planning to do a West Marches at home, not on camera with that one, with a group. So I don't have her on the mystery matrix, and I'm not even sure she's going to come in under characters yet. But while Timo's working on the packet, I've cut Joan out of this. I don't want her any further involved because this can be a problem. Apparently, I'm not as worried about Timo. Timo's got that great network of hackers, though. I think I would be willing to risk that. Well, I am willing to risk that. So what do we do? Do we just show up and kind of surprise Orchid? Or do you call? I think it's a show up. Hack is, he's got his print shirts, maybe not too much different from these, and he's just going to show up. So he's going to locate her using his systems. He's read some things on her, seen that she's doing fairly well wealthily. She's even been seen at some key events. And he's just read up kind of on who she is. So he's going to, I think he stakes out probably her place of residence and manages to pick her up as she moves. So it's just a standard surveillance. He sees her. How would she move? How are they moving at this point in time? She's moving upper level, and there's a lot of connections I picture upper level that keep you having to go down ground side. And I think a lot of them are probably just like these sky bridges you see like in between high-rise buildings. You're enclosed, you're not getting wet. It's raining all the time, and he's able to, I think, how would he track her? I think he's able to hack into the camera system. There's security cameras everywhere. He's able to put in facial recognition, sit off in his spinner, watch his camera, boom, and as she comes out of her apartment and is moving, he's on a track. She has no idea he's monitoring her, and he monitors her all the way to like a place where she's having brunch. So this is going to be a brunch that Hack is going to invite himself to. So I picture Orchid. She's kept her name Orchid Edivane. She hasn't changed her last name, and she's seated at a fairly nice restaurant. And Hack walks up to the maitre d', who looks at him kind of, snootily, condescendingly, and says, "I think you're looking for the restaurant a few floors down." Everything's up or down here. And Hack badges him, his wallet badge or his badge on his clip, and he badges him, says, "No, I got the right restaurant." And he slides the like guest list around, almost like the reservation list, and says, "Where's Orchid seated?" And he's kind of flustered a little bit, and he says, Hack says, "Where is Orchid seated?" And the man just points, and immediately he can see striking long black hair, very pale skin. The room's a little bit, it's not brightly lit, but Hack immediately moves towards her table. And we're going to pause right there, right before the confrontation, or pleasant interview with the suspicious Orchid. So again, if you're enjoying this content, make sure you're subscribing and hitting the thumb button. So the bell may not be the thing, just because I've got a lot of different content as well, and you may not want to know. If I were doing more lives that were focused on that, I would say hit the bell. So skip the bell. I'm telling you, don't hit the bell. Don't hit that bell. Not unless you want to see when the content rolls out. But we will come back with another episode of this confrontation at brunch. I'll be dressed slightly different. Same hat, different shirt. Brunch. We'll be back with you. Bonding with board games and RPGs like Blade Runner. Whoop. All right, see you guys.